Fans of Supernatural are still perplexed by Sam Winchester's narrative holes, which range from his stint in hell to discarded themes like his bloodlust. This could be tiring for most of the audience, as eager diehard fans would want all the stories explained and concluded as realistically as possible. That being said, here are 10 Sam Winchester plot holes that were never resolved. What you need to know. Gil McKinney, who played Henry Winchester in the Supernatural prequel, means that the Winchesters will continue to make references to the series. Although it is unknown if Sam Winchester will return in any fashion, if it provides an explanation for some of the characters' plot holes, fans may embrace the concept. The storyline regarding Sam's time in hell and the abrupt, unexplained disappearance of his thirst for demon blood are both inconsistent with reasoning. However, fans of Supernatural would still welcome some explanations for the plot holes that, no doubt, continue to perplex them, even though the show has been canceled for years. Number 1. How did Sam from The French Mistake fare? Every character from the other world was a different version of a person from the main reality, according to the last season of Supernatural. This implied that the person who portrayed Sam in the French Mistake universe was an alternate version of the person who actually ought to have met Sam and Dean. This variety was never observed, and it seemed as though Sam had just taken his place. Given that Dean's variation didn't appear either, there was a narrative hole for Dean in Supernatural as well. It's unknown why the French Mistake variant didn't appear, as Sam would subsequently run into another one without either one replacing the other. Number 2. Why is it that Sam hasn't reconnected with his college friends? Sam was seen at one time messaging his college classmates, and he frequently asserted that he wouldn't let go of them even while traveling with Dean. Sam's desire to lead a normal life persisted, which conflicts with the loss of his college friends. It was difficult to accept that he had cut off his pals, as they were the only connection he had to the routine life he yearned for. Even though it was eventually discovered that Azazel had planted numerous demons to pass for Sam's buddies, this information was made public half a decade after Sam had stopped communicating with his former friends. Number 3. How did Sam avoid consuming food that was contaminated by the Leviathans? Sam and Dean discovered that the Leviathans had tainted the food supply in order to make people more stupid and palatable to them. After murdering Dick Roman, Dean was consigned to purgatory, but Sam was forced to deal with the difficulty of being unable to consume manufactured foods. Sam was shown eating normally in flashback scenes that were set while Dan was away, despite the fact that the poisoned food had been distributed on a nationwide scale. Sam should have either given in to the poisoned food or avoided eating it based on the events, yet he wasn't observed doing either. Number 4. Why was Sam's body still there in hell? Sam is undoubtedly one of the best supernatural characters because of his bravery, which was best displayed when he went into Lucifer's cage to save humanity. However, Sam's body was miraculously brought back by Castiel, but his spirit was not, which shouldn't have been possible. Sam's body should have been destroyed because it was uninhabited at the time, and his soul should have spent more than a century being tormented by Michael and Lucifer in hell. This took place before Crowley redesigned hell, and Ruby made reference to the realm's ongoing fires. Based on that, the fact that Sam's body was unharmed is a plot hole with no plausible explanation. Number 5. How did Sam's lust for blood disappear without a problem? Sam's obsession with demon blood was a major plot theme for 2 seasons, and it caused him to spiral out of control when he came under the influence of Famine's curse. Before he went to hell, this was a significant issue, but Sam managed to get past it once he was back. Sam didn't mention any attempts to control it or how he wasn't influenced by the need to ingest demon blood. It's amazing he didn't experience the same problems after having the demon blood because he had previously started to hallucinate when he didn't have it. Number 6. Why didn't Sam and alternate Dean reunite after the death of his brother? brother. Sam made a bad choice in Supernatural by not looking for the alternate Dean, and as things stood, the Dean variant was still alive, and the Sam variant was somewhere on Earth, so Sam might have already run into them. Even though this Dean wasn't the same as the Dean from the primary universe, Sam could still relate to him. It didn't make sense why Sam felt lonely for so long when he had a brother-like figure he could connect with, especially since Sam knew where this Dean was. Number 7. Why did Sam not turn evil following his resurrection? Sam will eventually turn evil, as John had said, and this appeared to happen once Sam was revived. But other than the cold-blooded murder of Jake, Sam never showed any signs of being wicked. In reality, after he came back to life, Sam improved significantly, putting an end to his defiant behavior and voluntarily journeying with Dean. Even when Sam had been forced by Ruby to drink demon blood, Sam had done so specifically to save lives, rather than for his own gain. With all of this, the conflict around his bad turn remains open. Number 8. Why was Sam unable to recall Adam in the cage? Sam's choice to abandon his own brother in hell hasn't aged well in Supernatural, likely because he spent more than a century there with him. After the wall in his mind collapsed, Sam was able to remember hell, which should have allowed him to remember that Adam was still alive there. Sam, however, seemed surprised that Adam still had a conscious mind of his own following Adam's release from Michael's possession. Sam also stated that he and Dean had refrained from assisting Adam because they had no idea of his condition, which is also a plot hole given that Sam had been present in the cage with Adam for a considerable amount of time. Number 9. When he stopped Dean from being a demon, didn't Sam die? After almost succeeding in the third trial to seal hell, which involved healing a demon, Sam was on the verge of passing away. Sam's life was ultimately saved because Dean persuaded him to change his mind, but the trial itself was still in progress. Then, more than a year later, when Dean was possessed by a demon and Sam should have perished, Sam healed Dean. However, hell was not sealed. The reason why Dean didn't finish the intended spell is a plot hole, because there was never any mention of a time-lapse condition that rendered Sam's trials invalid. Number 10. If Sam was Lucifer's vessel, was Azazel okay with his death? Since the devil's possession of Sam was the key component of Azazel and Lucifer's entire plan for the apocalypse, this is undoubtedly one of the series' biggest unanswered questions. Jake killed Sam, but Azazel just shrugged it off and chose Jake to complete his task. Azazel should have been incensed at Sam's death because he was unaware that Dean would sell his soul in order to bring Sam back. Azazel's grand scheme depended entirely on Sam being alive and able to agree to Lucifer's control, which wasn't feasible if he were dead. Winchester's creators failed to understand the most vital supernatural lesson. Looks like the Supernatural prequel is making fans more and more irritated. For the majority of the show's fans, what could have been the ideal nostalgic trip back to the world of saving people and hunting things has instead turned out to be a huge letdown. The Winchesters had the potential to revive the iconic universe and add more depth to the tale of the famous Hunters family under the direction of Jensen Ackles, one of the stars and executive producer. But according to fans, it deviated from the original show in terms of writing quality and acting, turning into a cringe show. Many have already referred to it as the worst thing that will ever happen in supernatural history, while others, while being less harsh, still point out that many elements are different and that the vibe is off. A sizable portion of the Supernatural fanbase began watching the Winchesters with the idea of giving it a chance, but it appears that the prequel's production crew failed to include the best elements from the main series. A Reddit user said of the show, and I quote, "I gave up watching the third episode after about 10 minutes. The acting and writing are so bad, and the creatures appear cheap. I'm no longer able to watch it." While many fans get the CW's desire to capitalize on a successful brand like Supernatural, the Winchesters looks cringeworthy, and it appears that the creative team did not put enough effort into doing a better job. It seems sensible that the showrunners sought to introduce something fresh with a prequel, but they didn't quite manage to capture the same enchantment as Supernatural did. So, guys, are there any more Sam Winchester plot holes you know of that went unresolved? kindly discuss it in the comment section. And if you enjoyed watching this video, kindly give it a like and share so your friends can watch it too. Last but not least, subscribe to our channel and smash the notification bell to keep getting more interesting content like this. See you next time.